The UEFA Cup Final on ITV1 is sponsored by 888.com, the home of online gaming.
Welcome to Eindhoven for the final of the UEFA Cup between Middlesbrough and Sevilla. For Steve McClaren and Boro, it's been a season to savour. Can the comeback Kings claim this trophy and give England's next manager a perfect send-off?
Steve McClaren is the man.
Steve McClaren was given the biggest job in...
It has to be the proudest moments in my career.
To get the call to be England's Supremo is the pinnacle for most. To orchestrate a comeback from 3-0 down in a European semi-final isn't bad either.
And Middlesbrough are sinking fast. They have to score 4. Here's Macaroni, and there's one back. Viduka scores. We have been here before. Middlesbrough are very much in business. They are level on aggregate. That's it! That is it! Brilliant! Unbelievable! Historic! Hysterical! Magnificent!
We're in the Philips Stadium, Eindhoven, home to PSV for the first of Europe's top prizes this season. It's the UEFA Cup Final between Sevilla and Middlesbrough FC. Neither of these clubs have tasted success on this stage. Neither have made a European final before tonight. Well, there are 35,000 here this evening, and the big news for the Middlesbrough contingent amongst them is that all their big stars play. Mark Schwarzer, Gareth Southgate, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and Mark Viduka all start. Great news for them. For Sevilla, well, they've been sweating on the fitness of former West Ham and Spurs striker Freddie Canute. He is not going to make it. Javier Saviola does start. And watch out as well for the nippy right winger Jesus Navas. They like playing the underdogs, the Borough's fans. They've been singing about how small they are all season in this competition, but tonight their ambitions are most definitely big. England is calling for Steve McClaren, but first, he's got his 250th and final game in charge of the Borough.
Steve, after such a long season with so many twists and turns, what an extraordinary, huge finale this could be.
Well, hopefully. It's a final. Anything can happen. Anybody can win. We just got to make sure the defining moments, they go our way.
And the way you got here, I mean, the inner belief must be there now. The strength of will must be there to take this all the way. Yeah,
the last 2 games have really epitomised what this team's all about, and we need to show that spirit again this evening. It'll be very tough, but we're ready.
Tonight for the big guns as well, isn't it? Jimmy Floyd, Mark Viduka, you'll be looking to them, big men to step up to the mark.
Yeah, we've got plenty of experience out there, and we've got to trust them to do the job. They know what to do. Let's hope they do it.
Nervous?
No, not at all. This is what you're in football for, these occasions. Come round the corner, see the atmosphere, and you go out into the field. This is what you're in football for, these kind of nights, and it's nothing to fear. It's an opportunity and one we've got to take.
Everyone at home will be wishing you all the best. Good luck, Steve.
Thank you very much.
The UEFA Cup Final on ITV1 is sponsored by 888.com. What's your game? The UEFA Cup Final on ITV1 is sponsored by 888.com. What's your game?
Welcome back to the PSV Stadium. The opening ceremony has been taking place. Lots of people dressed in white, orange balloons being released. Not quite sure what it all means. I know what tonight means to these people, though. Middlesbrough's fans have been making a lot of noise inside this stadium. They're making a lot of noise around Eindhoven today. And my guest this evening, former Borough star Andy Townsend and Ali McCoyce would agree this is a huge evening for them, and what great news to get some of their big stars back, particularly Mark Schwarzer.
Yeah, big night for Mark, Gabby. He's declared himself fit. It's his call. At the end of the day, he's the one that's turned around and said, yeah, I'm ready for it. He's got to play exactly the same way as he normally does. He's very commanding. when he comes out of the box. He can come and, you know, he's a tall guy. He can punch over the top of defenders when he needs to. He mustn't let that injury affect him in any way, shape or form, because that back four will expect him to just play as he has done all season, come out and gather things when he has to. I mean, it's a big night not only for the likes of Gareth and for Jimmy, but also for some of them younger boys, Ali.
Well, of course, as you look at Downing, who's been out for missed 5 months of the season with a knee injury, it's a massive night for him. You think of the Boro boys that we've spoke about coming through, they've got great talent come through. What I like about Downing is he gets the delivery in for the centre forward. He's got a terrific left foot. He doesn't have to get by the defender. He only needs a half yard. If you're a centre forward like Viduka, Hasselbank or Macaroni or any of them, Gabby, that's the type of winger you like on the left-hand side you like playing with. Everything happens to him. He does it early. And you got a centre forward, you know the ball's going to come in, so you can gamble.
Well, Sven's here tonight as well, of course, Andy.
Yeah,
plenty of
big
reasons
chance
to
for
impress.
big few weeks ahead for Stuart Downing, because he's been instrumental for Boro. I'll tell you what, he's got a massive summer ahead of him as well if he does the business tonight.
OK, thank you very much, chaps. It's time to let the teams do the talking, but not before we've checked in with our man of words for this evening, your commentator, Peter Drury.
Well, thank you, Gabby. It's nothing like the first time. There is a special zest, a wide-eyed thrill in Eindhoven tonight. The particular excitement of two first-time European finalists taking a new elevated pride in their clubs and in being representative of their countries. And that is to a fair extent reflected in the team sheets. 5 Englishmen in the Boro side, including in James Morrison, one of the local lads 11 that turned out at Fulham on Sunday. Mendieta and Pogatet's the only major absentees. The 2 Dutchmen may help engender neutral support, and 5 Spaniards in Sevilla's team. The headline news, their selection or non-selection of Freddy Canute.
The UEFA Cup Final on ITV1 is sponsored by 888.com. What's your game? The UEFA Cup Final on ITV1 is sponsored by 888.com. What's your game?
From the south of Spain and the north of England, they have converged on Eindhoven for the 35th UEFA Cup Final. Runners-up. Steve McLaren looks to draw what positive he can out of the evening as he makes his transition from domestic management to international. But he is in the wings now, and they are at centre stage. Pictures for personal albums. A happy night for them, but not for him, nor indeed for Middlesbrough's upright skipper, Gareth Southgate, who is with Ned Boulton.
Gareth, could you have done more?
Well, we could have played better. We didn't, we know we haven't played as well as we can on the night. But credit to them, they're a class side. They were better than us on the night, and they thoroughly deserved it. And in the end, we tried to push forward and get back into it, but we left ourselves a little bit open at the back. So
it won't always work, will it? The big gung-ho approach. You can't win every game that way.
No, we left ourselves. We needed. In a game like this, you probably need to score the first goal, and once we've done that, once they'd done that, it made it very difficult for us. But as I say, I think on the night they're a better side.
Great adventure for the club, though, and you heard the fans at the end singing Steve Gibson's name. Nonetheless, this UEFA Cup run has meant a hell of a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, we wanted to give them just one more good night. We wanted to take the trophy back to them, but they've been fantastic again, and this club has to push on from here now.
Perhaps we'll find it hard to see the bigger picture, but this will have done the club in terms of stature, momentum, so much good, won't it?
Well, like you say, it's a bit difficult to think about that at the moment, but I suppose when we have time to sit down and think about it, then yes. But credit to Seville tonight, it's their night.
Thanks very much, Gareth. I'll just have a quick word now with Mark. Mark, you had several key moments there, a couple of very good chances and a very good shout for a penalty.
Yeah, the first one, the ball was bouncing, came off Riggsy, and I had a shot, tried to keep it on target, and keeper made a save. If I put that away, it could have been a different story.
Those sort of turning points just make games sometimes,
definitely,
don't they?
Definitely, that was a turning point, and it could have been different. It would have been 1-1, but that's football for you. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't.
Watching you on the bench at the final whistle, the picture told 1,000 stories there. It really hurt, didn't it, for you?
Definitely. I thought we could go all the way tonight. Considering the last two games we had at home, where we played some really good football, and today it just wasn't meant to be.
Has this cup run put Middlesbrough on the map, do you think? Can you take a positive out of it at the end of it all?
Well, yeah, I mean, right now everybody's hurting, but in a couple of weeks' time, I think ourselves and the fans are going to think, we did come a long way, and for having such a bad season early on, and there's always positives to take out of it.
Listen, we enjoyed the ride. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tough to be philosophical, to be positive at a time like this. When we come back, we'll have more reaction from the Boro camp. We're going to hear from England's next manager and maybe England's next big thing in Theo Walcott. Plus, a little bit of Ronaldinho, Gilberto ahead of next week's Champions League final. See you in a moment.
The UEFA Cup Final on ITV1 is sponsored by 888.com. What's your game? The UEFA Cup Final on ITV1 is sponsored by 888.com. What's your game?
So it finished Sevilla 4, Middlesbrough 0. The UEFA Cup is theirs. They're proudly parading it to their fans, their loyal fans who are staying and celebrating. Unsurprisingly, the Middlesbrough fans have left the stadium. Their chairman, though, who's much loved by those fans who've supported this club through thick and thin, is talking to Ned.
Steve Gibson, an emotional night. How do you sum up the performance, first of all, as chairman?
Very pleased we've got, obviously, to got this far in the tournament. No complaints about the result. We're well beaten by a very good team.
There was a penalty claim. What did you make of that penalty claim?
Well, there was a lot of incident in 90 minutes, and sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. At the end of the day, we've had a great year. We've enjoyed this run. We've lost the game, and we've lost the game to a very good team, and congratulations to them. We'll take it on the chin, wipe ourselves down and get on with it.
You've got to get on with it now and appoint a new manager. How close are you to doing that? What's the thinking on that? Because Middlesbrough fans, of course, will look towards the future now.
Well, we've had quite a bit of notice from the FA that this was happening. Everybody was aware that Steve was a candidate. So obviously we've been busy for a long time. So there's no time pressures. It's a big decision. It's got to be the right decision. And we'll take our time over it.
Is there anything you can tell us, any candidates in mind? Because Terry Venables has been strongly mentioned again about a return. Is that a possibility?
Well, as I said, I think that I'm going to keep my cards very close to my chest, and when we're ready to make an announcement, we'll make the announcement.
Soon? Sooner rather than later, do you think?
Well, I'm not going to put any time pressures on myself. When I'm able and when I'm willing, that'll be the time.
How do you sum up finally the Steve McLaren era? It's a sad note to end on, of course, but how do you sum up what Steve has done at the club?
It's been 5 years of real progress for our club, our highest ever Premiership place, and to win our first trophy, 2 great years in the UEFA Cup. We got knocked out last year by a very good Sporting Lisbon team. Tonight we've been beaten by a very good Seville team. But we'll learn, and we'll continue to progress, and we'll keep searching for our to get our ambitions.
It's been a great adventure. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So hard for Steve Gibson to find the positives this evening, as it will be, of course, for all the Middlesbrough players. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is talking to Gabriel.
How'd you sum it up, Jimmy?
What can you say? To be fair, they had the better of the game. Second half, we played a lot better. Yeah, you have to take your chances, and you need a little bit of luck as well. When it is a penalty, you have to be given it a penalty, and you know, you get a top referee, and he's scared of making those decisions. I don't know what else you can do. You know, the 4-0 doesn't really reflect on the game, but yeah, it's just.
It was a penalty, as far as you're concerned. That was a stonewall penalty.
Definitely. Furuka has the ball on his chest, and the guy just runs in his back, and he can't keep his balance. Everywhere else on the pitch, if that happens, it would be a free kick. So you have to give a penalty.
Do you agree the best team won out there tonight?
Well, yeah, they had. To be fair, they had the better passing game. We could not get close to them. To be fair, yeah, they had more of the ball, but it was still 1-0, and we had 2 good chances and a penalty claim that we didn't get, and then we have to still push on and put pressure on them, and yeah, then they get free and score 2, 3, and 4-0, and what can you say?
Going to see you again in a Boro shirt?
Let me sing this in first, and then we will see what will happen.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Almost impossible, isn't it, guys, at this stage of proceedings to decide about your future? Big questions being asked of a lot of players, obviously, you know, but tonight all they want to do is kind of, I suppose, get on that bus and go home.
You know, a lot of people always say about getting to the final of these competitions, it's always hyped up so much, and it's great for the fans and everyone's so excited. If you're playing a major final and you lose it, then there's nothing in it for you. It'll be very quickly forgotten, I'm sure, by all the players. Within a week or two, they'll all be on their holidays, no doubt, and I'm afraid they'll have to forget it very quickly. It's been a great journey to getting here, but tonight the better team won by some distance.
Well, Gabby, I think I totally agree with Andy. I mean, they don't really have any cause for complaint, but they had 1 or 2 chances, but at the same time, the far better side won the game, Sevilla. And the crazy thing was, we said at half-time, when they had their comebacks against FC Basel and against Steaua Bucharest, that was against teams that weren't as technically gifted as this team, Andy. This team can play the game, and they proved that when Boro actually went for them, attempted to go for them, they just gave Sevilla more space.
Thanks very much, Ali. Well, of course, it was Steve McLaren's 250th game in charge of Boro, his last. He's talking to Gabriel Clark.
Steve, when Middlesbrough go behind, we always expect a comeback, and especially at 1-0 when you went for it. How do you sum up the night, first of all?
Disappointing. We had our moments, but it wasn't our night. It's been a fantastic run. So proud of the players. And tonight was one game too far. We had major decisions. We went for it in the second half. We were disappointed in the first. We said that at half-time. And let's have a go. We opened up, we had a go. We could have conceded earlier, but we had 2 great chances, Mark Viduka, and for me, a stonewall penalty at 1-0, and that would have turned the game. The moments didn't go for us tonight.
How convinced are you about the penalty decision?
I couldn't believe it. It was a clear push in the back, and I think everybody, the stadium went silent, waiting for the referee to point to the spot, but they didn't. Disappointing.
How hard can you be on your defence about the goal? Can you be hard on them? Fabiano seemed to drift in between your 2 centre-halves.
Yeah, I mean, they're a quality side.
The first goal in particular, of course, which swung things
Listen,
their way.
they're a very good side. I think everybody saw that tonight. Technically very good, and can score goals through you, round you, and over you, and that's what they did. They caused us problems. We nearly dealt with it. We had a go in the second half, but it wasn't to be.
Did the occasion at times get to certain players, do you think, or not?
We didn't perform as we normally do. We didn't perform with the same freedom, relaxed approach, and maybe it did. But I can't fault the players. I mean, 38 games to get there, 15 to get to the final. That's our 64th game. I can't criticise the players. Yes, Seville maybe on the night were better than us, but the moments didn't go our way, and there weren't 4 goals better than us.
I was going to say, were they 4 goals better tonight? It didn't appear to be.
No.
You went for it at the end. You had to go for it at the end.
Yeah, we went for it, and we had 3 up, and Stuart Downing is a left back, and for 20 minutes we really put the pressure on them and had good chances. The penalty, and that would have changed the game. It wasn't to be.
No regret. Were there any regrets about your tactics at all at times?
No, not really. That's the team that has got us here. That's the team that's performed. That's the way that we've been adventurous, and we've scored goals. We've lost because we didn't score and we didn't defend properly.
Your last game, when you look back on the Middlesbrough time, your time at Middlesbrough, what will you take with you?
The progress the club has made. Working with the players, I've just thanked them all individually in there. For those who have been with me 5 years, for those shorter, for the young players coming through, there's so much more that can be achieved at Middlesbrough. I thank the staff. The staff have been magnificent, those who have been with me for the 5 years. And we won't be where we are. I wouldn't be stood here in the UEFA Cup Final, disappointingly having lost. But I wouldn't be here without the backing of the players and the staff and the chairman and the whole support. They've been magnificent all the way through, and they were tonight.
What were your thoughts as you walked around at the end?
It's losing a football match and it's losing a final. I think that has to sink in. And then in time over the next couple of days it will sink in that is my last game, 251st game.
And what sort of team are you leaving behind?
But I think you've seen it throughout this season. A team that's capable of achieving, a team that's got young talent coming through, a team that has got great seniors in it. It's got a good balance. It's got a great chairman to back it with the resources to go forward. And I've said this is a platform, a stepping stone really to what can be achieved. And it's going to take hard work, but the club has got the backing to achieve it.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks very much.
I think, guys, there at the very end there, when he started to just reflect a little bit, which is very difficult to do in the situation, you can see him welling up slightly there, and there's a lot of emotion for him this evening. As you said before, it's difficult to lose any game at this level.
So hard. He can be well proud of his efforts at this club. He has taken it on. Brian Robson did wonders for Middlesbrough Football Club. Steve McClaren has moved it on to another level, and they are at a point now. They have a fabulous chairman. They have a chairman that's prepared to spend and dig deep to try and please these fans, and I think now it's in a fabulous condition, the club, and it's ready for a good manager to come in there and move it on again.
The fairy tale week or so for Steve McClaren, when you've been, handed the job of England manager, is to come out on a high tonight, isn't it, and impress the English public. Let's be honest, who are watching and say,
of course, but I mean, even
I can win trophies,
Yeah, but the public watching that would have to say that Sevilla were a better side, and it's a shame because you hate to think that obviously that's his last game, but he's got an awful lot to be proud of. As Andy said, he has certainly taken the club forward in the right direction. I think a couple of weeks ago they played Fulham when they were beaten 1-0. 9 or 10 homegrown players, fantastic achievement, and that's important as well. Steve Gibson will look at that. The youth policy at Middlesbrough has been wonderful. He's rightly to be proud of that. It's a disappointing night tonight, but he has a lot to be very proud of.
It's definitely a very attractive job for somebody. We'll discuss and see who you two think are the favourites in a moment. First of all, let's hear from a man that many English football fans were familiar with before this evening. They sweated on his fitness. He made it onto the pitch eventually. Of course, he scored a goal. It's Freddie Canute.
Freddie, many congratulations. Thank you. Freddie, many congratulations. An extraordinary night of history for Seville.
Thank you very much. It was a good game, and I would like to congratulate Middlesbrough first because they've done a wonderful way, in Europe, and we've been better tonight, and I'm very happy.
You knew that if Middlesbrough went behind, they'd do that to you. They'd put 4 strikers up front, but you seem to cope with them fine.
Yeah, we've been prepared. We've been prepared for that because we know that they have done a few games like this. They were leading, and after they put 4 strikers, to get back in the score. So we were prepared for that. Yeah.
And how does it feel picking up the UEFA Cup?
This is wonderful. I cannot believe it now, but I would like to dedicate this to my family and all the people I love, my wife, my son, my daughter, and to Africa, to Mali especially. And thank you very much.
Thanks, Freddie.
Pleased we could give them the opportunity to do an Oscar speech tonight, obviously. Well done to Freddie, well done to Sevilla. They played some great football. It's very hard, isn't it, when you sit here as the English broadcaster wanting the English team to do well. Sometimes you actually kind of lose sight of what great football Sevilla
No, definitely. It was that sort of night. You hold your hands up and you say, listen, this team not only came here and started off very well, but they kept it going. Credit their coach Ramos as well. Every time Steve McClaren made a change, he made another one. His team kept playing positively, kept going forward, playing the game how we love to see it played, good passing and getting it into the wider areas, and they had goals all around the team, Ali, didn't they?
Well, I thought they were the best player in the park, in the full-back Daniel. I thought he was outstanding.
Brilliant.
He got forward. He defensively, he never shirked his duties. He was just man of the match. And going forward, we saw him wonderful ball in for the goal, and he shot. He just epitomised what was good about the Sevilla football.
George Boateng alluded to it a little bit earlier on in his interview that they did have some chances. The best arguably came from Mark Viduka, and really this at 1-0. That's when you can see a game change.
It was a key moment in the game. What was it? 5-6 minutes out.
6 minutes into the second half.
They've made the change. And then of course eventually the ball dropped to Viduka, and it was on the full volley. You'd expect him to bury that every time, but unfortunately it wasn't to be.
And it's a strange one, see, it's one of these ones, see if he mishits it. If he mishits it, it can bounce. Because as David Pleat said in the co-com,
look at the reaction.
He's going nowhere. He's going absolutely nowhere. He's going away from the goal. And Navarro, who I thought played particularly well, I thought he played Viduka and Hasselbank very, very well. It was such a rash challenge. Definite penalty.
If they'd have nicked something there and got themselves going and lifted that end of the ground, which was packed with the Boro fans, if they could have just got some momentum at that point in the game, who knows? But assessing the game completely, Gabby, you know, well and truly beat.
When the goals came, they came thick and fast. The next two for Sevilla, scored by a man that you played with.
Yeah, Enzo Maresca.
Against, you know, FC Basel, when they push things forward, you can take a chance and maybe get away with it.
Yeah.
Against a great footballing team that will probably hit you in the break, you've just saw what can happen.
It'll hit them tomorrow morning. There's no second leg, won't it?
Certainly will.
OK, gentlemen, thank you very much. Well, the other big story of the week this week, England's squad for the World Cup was announced on Monday and included a 17-year-old who's yet to make his Premiership debut. He was as surprised as some of us were.
My first thoughts were, I can't believe this, really. Biggest move for Arsenal, and then this is just unbelievable, really. But can't imagine it. Oh, well, I was taking my driving theory in Southgate, and I had to switch my phone off and put it in the locker. And then I switched my phone on at 3 o'clock, phoned my dad, and, well, he said to me that you're in the England squad, and I was like, yeah, you're having me on, really. But I was just shocked and surprised, as everyone was, really. I saw Sven Eriksson at a couple of training sessions. The boss he called Sven out to watch me in training, which I've been doing quite well in training. So the likes of Henry and Bergkamp, training with those players every day, you're only going to improve, aren't you, really? I know a couple of the England players, which they put my arm around me, get me to know all the players a bit better. I speak to David James the odd time, of course Ashley Cohen, Sol Campbell, but that's it really. I get to know all the boys when I'm out there. Of course it's a gamble, but I've been to big stadiums, been to the Bernabeu, 80,000 people there, itching to get on. I've played in big crowds, I've played on telly. It's going to be different, but I think I can handle it, really. It's sunk in a bit now, but I'm still quite shocked. But the likes of Rooney and Owen have been put in at young ages, so maybe I do something like they do in their career. I could go far. 17 games at World Cup. Most players don't get to World Cup, really, but I'm a lucky one. And I've worked hard up to this from Southampton all the way to Arsenal, so I deserve it, really.
Were you that level-headed at 17 years old?
He just looks a great kid, doesn't he? You really, he's one of these boys, you get maybe one a decade.
But as a decision, out of the blue, random, up there with some of the, the great maverick decisions.
I don't think it's a problem taking a wild card like Theo Walcott, but the decision to not back it up with a Darren Bent or someone else like that not only puts pressure on that kid, but he leaves himself unbelievably short in the striking options, Sven. If anything happens to Peter Crouch, or if Rooney doesn't materialise, if Michael Owen's not 100%, wow, that young boy has got the whole nation literally on his shoulders, and it's incredible stuff, really. I'm surprised.
Well, especially when there's a key doubts about your two starters, Rooney and Owen. There must be doubts about that. So for Sven not to have a backup, I mean, Defoe and Bent must consider themselves very, very unlucky. As Andy says, it's a great gamble to bring the kid in. He's got loads of talent. I saw him a couple of times this season. Bags of pace.
Quicker than Henry, they say.
Well,
has to have a ball at his feet, though, obviously.
That's something.
OK, well, Theo Walcott definitely won't be featuring in Paris next week. Arsene Wenger's given him permission to join the England squad instead. But there are a couple of more established players to watch out for. Well, Barcelona tied up La Liga a fortnight ago. Their main focus now is lifting that European Cup, as we'll hear from Ronaldinho in a moment. But first, here's his manager, Frank Rijkaard.
I don't care what the outside world is saying and who's the favorite, because I know in a final you don't have any favorites. I think that Arsenal is one of the teams that with a lot of skills and techniques, but they go for it. And for me, that's also the English mentality. Let's not wait and see. Let's go for it. Let's kill them. Let's take them. I think that's a great job of the coach Wenger. I think, because normally if you are changing the team and a lot of youngsters come in, and of course you can see that they have a lot of talent, but you have to wait a while till they get there. And I think that they progressed. It's amazing, and I saw some games of them, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think there's nothing wrong with it when I say that if you ask any coach of a professional team at this moment, do you like Thierry Henry? What will they say? Yes, because he's a great player. So why shouldn't I say it's a great player? But I'm not talking about other players in connection to Barcelona. I think that's not correct.
Barcelona tiene un equipo muy fuerte, ¿no? Respetamos mucho la equipo de ellos, del portero hasta el delantero, porque son todos grandísimos jugadores. Entonces, para romper esa defensa va a tener que utilizar de todo, mucha velocidad, muchos cambios de velocidad, mucha jugada rápida. Pienso que de esta forma podemos conseguir algo. Un amigo que tengo, ¿no? Y jugar contra un amigo que tiene tanta calidad como él. Es fácil, ¿no? Puede quedar una noche toda, ¿no?, dando elogios a él porque es un grandísimo jugador y bueno, hay que tener atención con él hasta el final. También es una posibilidad que tiene, ¿no? Y si él viene aquí, las puertas están abiertas, le voy a recibir con mucho cariño porque es un gran amigo y un grandísimo jugador. Las cosas salen bien, ¿no? Cuando puedo hacer lo que más me gusta, que son no regalar asistencias de gol, poder ganar un partido, poder hacer goles. Estas son las cosas que más me gustan. Ganar siempre es el objetivo, ¿no? Conquistar títulos es la cosa que más deseo y cuando se puede ganar y jugar bien, mejor todavía.
Whetting your appetite ahead of next Wednesday. After the break, we'll go inside the Arsenal camp and hear from their World Cup winning Brazilian.
Not just me, but everybody's look forward for this moment, you know. But we know to achieve this target, we need to do something special.
The UEFA Cup Final on ITV1 is sponsored by 888.com. What's your game?
Well, we've got another Anglo-Spanish final for you next week. The European Cup is taking place in Paris with some of the game's biggest global stars on show.
It'll be great, you know. I think it'll be the trophy I've missed since when I came to this club, you know. But not just me, but everybody's look forward for this moment, you know. But we know to achieve this target, we need to do something special. We have done so well because in the Champions League this year we play, I think, slightly different, you know, from the season before. I think the good thing, you know, in our favor this season, because no one expects nothing from us, and we have time, you know, to work quiet, you know, and when we faced teams like Real Madrid and Juventus, they were the favorites, you know, and the favorite lots. And I hope we continue well like we have done and to achieve our target. Barcelona, they are in a great moment, you know, especially when Ronaldinho play. You know, it's a different team when he's on the pitch, when he's out. He's a fantastic player, you know, very intelligent. If you let him play, he does what he wants. You cannot forget that too. Julie, Deco, they can cause us a problem if you just concentrate in one player. A lot of people say Barcelona is the best team in Europe at the moment, and I agree. But sometimes the best team, lose.
Well, I think they've done that already a few times this season, haven't they? They've shocked them as the underdogs. They've gone and beaten teams that should have beaten them, and that's what they're going to have to do next week because Barcelona are the favourites, surely.
And I think it suits Arsenal better to be in that scenario, to be honest with you, because I think a massively dangerous underdog with the sort of quality players that they've got. They've got match winners. We've seen Fabregas grow immensely in the competition this season. Henry still flying as he was in the last game at Highbury the other day. They've got a lot of pluses in the Arsenal team right now, Gabby. They're in great form, Ali, and they couldn't be shaped better going into the game, to be honest.
It's hard to see it as anything other than the Henry-Ronaldinho show. And
well,
how do you stop Ronaldinho?
Arguably, it's the two best players in the world. It's a perfect fitting for a Champions League final. But I'll tell you who's a key man. That man that just got interviewed there. He's been different class, he really has. I thought in Villarreal, where Arsenal did not play well, I thought he does a wonderful job. More speaking about it earlier on, he's come more to the fore since Vieira's left. It's as if he's really enjoying and thriving the responsibility. And he will hopefully have a major responsibility of cutting off the balls into Ronaldinho.
All you could do, I think, with special players like that, if you detailed any one person to go out and try and snub him out of the game, you're putting someone through 90 minutes of torture, really. Arsenal aren't built that way. I think you can just try and get to him and close him down as much as you can and make him maybe give it to people less effective like Deco. But maybe in that sort of scenario, just try and let him give it to other people, Gabby, maybe, and just maybe let him go drop a little bit deeper looking for the ball, frustrate him that way. Because if you detail someone to get after him, Ali, you're in trouble.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think the key thing from Arsenal's point of view, even Gilberto said it there, I think if both teams play very well and play to potential, I think Barcelona will win. But hopefully that will not happen. I just hope it doesn't happen.
You could always serve them lasagna the night before the game. That's the other alternative. Well, I'll see you two in Paris. Thank you very much for this evening's efforts. Join us all next Wednesday night, 7 o'clock ITV1 for Barcelona versus Arsenal. And on Sunday, ahead of that, we're in Barcelona for the Spanish Grand Prix. Coverage starts at midday. And before that, some championship boxing for you this Saturday, ITV4 at 9 o'clock. Well, for Boro, it's ended up so near but so far. For Steve McLaren, it's so long after 5 years at the club. It's England next for him. It's Arsenal next for us, against Barcelona next week in the Champions League final. But here, it's been round 1 to Spain with Sevilla's first European trophy. Good night.
Down here on the ground, when you find folks are giving you the runaround, keep your game up tight. And if you must just take your secrets underground. Now politicians are trying to speech you mad. Very few will really try to reach you. If you're lost in a stack, that's okay. Come on, black. Now I'd be the last to deny that I'm just an average guy. Da, 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 da.
.888.com. What's your game?
Have I got your attention now? When you die, you're gonna regret the things you don't do.
A captain with ambition, a British team with a French accent, a chance to make history, a match to unite us. The football moment.
It is Paris in the springtime for Arsenal. European Cup finalists at last.
That could live forever.
Where did you watch the European Cup final? Memories are made of this forever and a day.
The Champions League final next Wednesday, ITV1.
Oi, Roberto, pass the Pringles. Steve. Totti.
Ready. Win 2 days at the Dream Team training camp. Look for special packs of Pringles or visit pringleskeepyuppy.com.
Set your alarm. Land of Leather's 12-hour sale this Thursday, one day only. Save £1,200 on these leather 3 and 2 seaters, now only $499. Save £1,300 on this leather corner unit, only $399. Save £1,100 on these 3 and 2 seater twin recliners, now only $599. No deposit, nothing to pay for a year, and immediate delivery on thousands of suites. Land of Leather's 12-hour sale, one day only this Thursday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Bedford, Coventry, Nottingham and Peterborough.
Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out.